Hey guys, welcome to Wrestling Days and welcome to this WWE Mattel figure review. So I am excited for this one because this is one of my favourite characters. Not only that, this figure is from arguably their best era, their best period, which is around when he debuted the character. And it is Goldust. Look at this figure. It is absolutely insane. I love Goldust. I don't love what Goldust has become. He's become a joke. He's become a comedy act. He was not a comedy act when he debuted. You know, he was one of the spookiest, creepiest. You know, he used a lot of like sexual mannerisms and did anything he could to make his opponent feel uncomfortable. And you always knew you was going to see something different, interesting. You didn't know what it would be when Goldust was around. You know, really, if you want to talk about psychology and the psychology of a wrestler, you're talking about one of the all-time greats. I mean, what better way to psych out your opponent than to freak them out? To have them second guessing everything you're doing all the time. Dustin actually had appeared in the WWF before the Goldust character at a Royal Rumble match. He was in a tag match with his dad, but he went back to WCW and finally he came into the WWF around the mid-90s and debuted the Goldust character. His debut match was against Marty Jannetty, which he won. He also had a match against Bam Bam Bigelow, which turned out to be Bam Bam Bigelow's last WWF match. He won the Intercontinental Championship from Razor Ramon at the Royal Rumble. And then the plan was that at WrestleMania 12, he was going to defend that title against Razor Ramon. But Razor got suspended. And so what we ended up with was really one of the most infamous matches. It's really a homage to the O.J. Simpson trial, and you had a Hollywood backlot brawl between Goldust and Rowdy Roddy Piper. This thing was filmed, majority of it was filmed before WrestleMania, wasn't live. They started in the ring and then went off into the backstage area, and then you saw like what had been pre-recorded. But it's very hard hitting. I mean, there's one bit where Goldust runs over Rowdy Roddy Piper in his gold car. Absolutely awesome. If you haven't seen it, check it out. But the reason we're talking about that is that for me, that's one of my kind of favourite WrestleMania matches, one of the most infamous WrestleMania matches. And that is this era. We're talking about, I mean, there's a picture of Goldust on the back. You know, that is not what Goldust looks like these days. So you can really see how the character has evolved. Final things to say about Dustin is the fact that he made his debut in 1988. He is still wrestling today, as you know, part of the Golden Truth in the tag team with R-Truth. He's held over 20 championships. That includes, like, I think 9 hardcore championships, a couple of US title runs as well, obviously Intercontinental runs with the Goldust character, and yeah, you know, he should be in the Hall of Fame, and I'm sure he will once the character and Dustin retires. But that's enough to think about Dustin and about Goldust. Let's have a look at the figure, and what makes this figure for me is the wig and the robe. So, you know, the great thing as well is that even like the figure itself is way more detailed than a normal figure because he wore that gold bodysuit, and that's exactly what you can see there. So the figure is interesting, but then the accessories of the robe and the wig, which is very important, because that really, you know, he doesn't wear that anymore, but that really for me defined that era Goldust. Just absolutely awesome. So other ones in this series, got Kane, got Rock, we've got Brian Pillman, we've got the Ascension. This is series 47B. You can see picture on the side there. I think it's the same on both sides. Look, let's just get it out and have a look at the figure because I can't wait any longer. Okay guys, got the figure out, comes with the diorama, don't care. So there is, let's have a look at the Goldust figure. So there's the Goldust figure. You can see face is maybe a little chubbier than a normal Goldust figure. It's got a really nice facial expression. What I love as well is on the back, the fact that they've not painted the back of the neck. So the back of the neck is actually skin colour, whereas the front is gold face paint. Lots of detail on this figure. Really like the silver, like sunburst stripe kind of thing that's on the front of the body. It's on the back as well, and also like you can kind of see it coming out of the gloves, which is really cool. There's a little bit of silver down on the boots. The other detail as well is you've got that short bleach blonde hair, but I love the gloves. Like the hands look a little bigger. They look like he's wearing gloves, but then they've got these like extra bits, the cuffs of the gloves, and again, you know, quite regular. When he was, you know, attacking someone, he'd be pulling his gloves up and whatnot, and again, that's a big part of the Goldust character. So that's the figure. I think it's absolutely brilliant. Love the black on the ears. I think that makes them really stand out. Got like his head slightly tilted as well, which is it's just awesome, man. The detail that's gone into this. You can put the wig on, and again, look, you know, slightly changes the appearance, starts to look a little bit more like that Goldust. And then look at this, you've got the robe, and what I love about this robe, you've obviously got the fur on the cuffs. It's obviously a proper fabric robe, and on the back, look, Goldust. Right, guys, and here he is with the robe on. I've got a slight criticism with the size of the tie. I mean, it's too big. I mean, you can obviously cut it down and whatnot, but really that is the only thing I can really kind of criticize. I think this thing is absolutely awesome. Absolutely awesome. I think they've nailed it. They've honestly nailed it. I love the detail. I cannot criticize the facial expression. I cannot criticize the accessories. I cannot criticize the fact that we've even got this figure. I cannot criticize. This is a Ty Dillinger. Just to really hit home how far, you know, Goldust has come. This was the Elite, the last Goldust Elite that we had. It's Series 30. I can't quite remember, but you can see this is more his Golden Truth attire. The robe that it came with was like a rubber material. His face paint was different. This figure is awesome. Once you take this robe off, like the detail on it, I mean, you can, not sure if you can quite see, but it's like black and gold all over it. It's got some fantastic details. Absolutely brilliant figure. Really recommend that. This is right up there. Right up there. As equally, if not maybe a touch more impressive, just because this is the Goldust I remember from when I was a kid. Awesome, guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you like the video, if you like this figure, if you like Goldust, give the video a like, hit the subscribe if you haven't already, and don't forget, jump over to Wrestling Shop, because Wrestling Shop, if you type in the discount code DAZE, D-A-Z-E, you can save 10% on all figures and play sets and clothing, and they've got loads of stuff, including this Goldust figure, because that is where I got this from. So check them out. Awesome, guys. Thanks a lot for watching, and hopefully see you again next time. Bye for now. Goldust.